What if I told you you can earn 9% on your money every single year just by investing your money with Secured Income Group? Now, you probably never heard about this company, and I hadn't until I seen a few ads. And here's the thing. They claim to be better than CDs, savings accounts, money market accounts because, hey, they offer a minimum of around 5% on 3 months of you having your money invested with them. Now, this is by far unheard of, but after looking at the disclosure and all the documents, I do see the business behind it and how they can actually afford to offer these high rates. So yes, it is completely tangible and it is completely possible. So if you want to find out how you can actually earn 9% versus earn like 2.55% on a CD or like 0.10% on a savings account or even like 2.57% with Wealthfront. If you want to find out how you can earn 9% on your money today with Secured Income Group, I recommend you watch till the end of this video. On top of that, I'm going to tell you if it's legit, if it's not legit, if it's a scam, if it's not a scam, and I'm going to break down everything here. So stick around to the end of the video. Now guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant and I make videos on YouTube every single day. Yes, I said daily content. It's very rare on YouTube, but I'm making videos every single day for the past 150 days plus. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And do me a favor while you're at it. If you're excited to make 9% on your money, hit the like button, okay? I want you to hit the like button real quick. It really helps the channel a ton. And I want to ask you one question. Have you ever opened up an account that actually offers you around 9% on your money, all while being backed up by real assets? Comment down below and let me know. If you have found one, definitely comment down below because I also want to get in on it. So comment down below, let me know. So now that you commented, I want to jump into the video and actually talk about, well, Tommy, what's a Secured Income Group? How does it work? And who is the target audience for this entire company? And here it is, guys. The Secured Income Group is actually a company that uses secured debentures to actually collect money from the public, which is you, uses that money and makes loans out of it and lends it out for a higher rate, and they just split the money with you, and then that way you get a higher rate, plus they get some income in their pocket by doing this. Let me know in the comments down below if this makes sense so far. Now, if you don't know what a debenture is, it's basically a financial tool that allows companies to sell those off to you, get that money, and invest it into whatever they want. That's basically what it is. Kind of like a bond in a sense, but you're not really paying off debt. It's just another financial instrument, just to clarify everything. Now, Tommy, who is the target audience for this entire company? And I have to say something. It's not the average person. If you don't know, this company only has around 212 investors currently. Now, Tommy, why would a company that offers 9% only have around 212 people actually inside? Well, it's not because it's a scam. At least I think so. You gotta stick around to actually find out. But it's actually because there's a high entry level to actually start investing with them. And here's how it works. You need to be an accredited investor to even start investing with them. Now tell me, what is an accredited investor and how does that work? For example, if you're me and you're not married, you have to earn around $200,000 every single year. And if you are married, you have to earn together with your spouse around $300,000 every single year, or you just have to have a $1 million net worth. So now, obviously, this takes a lot of people out the list because to have this much money and earn this much money, you have to be at the top of the economy. So a lot of people out there cannot invest into this company because they don't have the money, they don't have the credentials, so that's the only way you can actually invest into the company. Now, I want to clarify one last thing. So tell me, if I am an accredited investor, should I invest my money with them? And here's the short answer. You can either invest your money in a savings account that pays you like 2.57% max, or maybe in a CD that pays you 2.55%, or you can put your money inside this account and earn around 9%, or if you do it for 3 months, 5%. So when you put the math together, it kind of makes a lot of sense to actually invest with them. But I'm not telling you to rush over to the website right now and invest your money. Give me 1 second to actually start breaking down everything. So comment down below if you understand how this company works and what it's actually about and what an accredited investor actually is. And remember, a debenture is basically a financial tool that allows companies to collect funds to then go out there and invest it. So now we covered that, I actually want to call customer service, but I'm not sure they're going to answer because it's past 5 o'clock and I'm not sure it's 24/7. But just in case they don't answer, I have all the questions written down here, and I also have all the answers to all the questions. So don't worry, whatever questions you're probably asking right now, I have the answer to them. So just stick around to find out. But let's try to call customer service real quick. And just to clarify, guys, I have the customer service number down in the description down below, and I also have the questions down there. So if you want to ask the same questions, just call in yourself. You can also do that, but let's try calling right now and see if we get an answer.
Thank you for calling Secured Income Group. Press 1 to speak to the investment manager. Press 2 to speak to an agent. You have reached the voicemail of with Secured Income Group. I'm sorry I'm unavailable to take your call.
Okay, so just like I thought, guys, they didn't answer because it's past business hours. And just like I thought, they're not 24/7. And that's fine because they have like over 212 customers. So in reality, they don't need to be 24/7. And here's my thing, guys. I want to answer all these questions right now just to clarify everything. Now, the first question I was actually going to ask is, well, what do I actually need to get started? Number one, you need to be an accredited investor. And the only way to be an accredited investor is to earn over $200,000 if you're single, $300,000 if you're married, and over $1 million net worth if you just don't have that much money earning, okay? So that's how you actually are an accredited investor, just to clarify that. That's the only way to actually join this group and earn that 9% for those 3 years. Second thing is this. How does it work? Well, they are secured debentures. So whenever you buy and you invest money into it, you're basically buying a debenture. And here's how that works, okay? When that happens, they take that money, they grab it, they pull it all together, and then they'll lend it out to a person that needs a loan to build a house, to buy a house, to remodel a house, whatever it is with real estate. They lend that money out, and then that money, that loan that they actually do, is secured by the property. So if that person doesn't pay them, they take the property, they sell it off, and they get the money right back, and that's why it's actually secured. Now, number three, just to clarify, are the debentures secured or unsecured? Now, they are secured, and I know this because I read the entire disclosure over like 50 pages, I think, which is insane. A lot of information there, but they are secured by the real estate that they actually do and all the loans they actually do. So if the company goes down, you can rest assured that you're going to get your money back because the loans that they actually do, they do it in a way where they are secure because they only lend out about 70% of the valuation of the entire piece of land or the real estate or whatever it is. So that way they always have this big margin just in case anything does go wrong or that person chooses to default on the loan. Now, number four is, how is the interest actually compounded and how is it actually paid out? Now, here's my thing. The interest actually paid out quarterly. So it's not every single month you get paid, it's every single quarter. Quarter means every 3 months. So March, then 3 months after that, then 3 months after that, then 3 months after that in December. So you basically get paid interest 4 times a year, if that makes sense. And yes, you can reinvest the interest. And yes, you can choose to reinvest the money after your entire loan is concluded. Now, number 5 is this. If you're going to be investing your money, you want to know, well, how are you guys investing my money or what are you doing with my money? Now, I already said this, but they do loans. So they lend the money out to people that want to build real estate, fixed real estate, and they only lend it out for around like 12 months, and then that money is right back in their hands. And then if they don't pay back the loan, they take the property, the real estate, flip it, sell it, and make 30% more than what they actually paid because the maximum they actually give out is only around 70% of the value of the property. So they have a very lucrative business going on, just to clarify, so they know what they're doing in that sense. Now, number 6 is actually this. Tommy, what happens if something happens to me and then my family wants the money and all that stuff? Well, you have to leave that in your will, obviously, just to make everything more simpler. But here's my thing. You cannot sell these debentures and you cannot trade them. Number one, there's no public market to actually trade them. And the only person that's legally obliged to actually buy them back from you is the company itself. You can't just sell it off to your friend. You can't just trade off for like more money or just resell it, whatever you want to do. It doesn't work like that. Now, number 7. What if I want to reinvest the interest? I already said this. Well, if you want to reinvest the interest, you can do that, no problem. And just like put the money in there and it compounds at the same rate. Now, Tommy, what if I want to take the money out before it's actually matured? Now, it's very complicated with this entire thing. And I read this entire disclosure and it was a little bit confusing, but here's how it works because I got it. Basically, if you sign up for 3 years, right? If you sign up for 3 years, you're going to get around 9%. If you get this 9% and say like 14 months inside of the entire like agreement, you want to like take out your money. Now, here's the catch. They can choose not to take the money out or buy the debenture until it's fully completed. So because there's no market out there, that's what's actually crazy about it. But if they choose to actually do it, they won't really pay you the interest on that 9%. They'll pay it to you at a lower rate because you didn't really reach the maturity. So in reality, you'll only get paid around like 7% on that money for those 14 months instead of that 9%. Just to clarify, that's how it works if you want to take your money out before the maturity date is actually completed. Now, the risk is this. If you want to take your money out, it's a ton of money, and the company doesn't really want to give you the money back, then they have the power and the right to actually not give you the money back until they actually have to do it when the maturity date actually reaches, just to clarify. Now, number 9 is this. Tommy, what if I'm not an accredited investor and I still want to invest my money? Can I do that? The answer is, well, you need a purchaser representative, and basically that person represents you, and then that way you can possibly actually get in. That's what they say in the disclosure, and then that way you can actually go through it and do the entire thing. Again, you can actually invest all through your LLC, your companies, and everything like that. So you don't necessarily have to be like your own person to actually do it, but there's a lot of different methods to actually get around and actually invest your money with them. Just to clarify, there's always a loophole in everything, okay? So that's all the questions I really had to ask them, but I also want to go through the pros and the cons of actually investing with this company, just to clarify if it's legit, if it's not legit, and if you should actually invest with them. Now, again, it's a very small market for this company because not a lot of people earn so much money and not a lot of people have $1 million net worth, okay? So here are the pros and here are the cons to investing with them. Now, number 1 is this. You have access to a very high interest rate. Now, if you do 3 months, you get around 5.75, 6 months, 6.25, and then 36 months, you get around 9%, which is very, very high. On top of that, they have 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, and they go as high as 8.25 just for 2 years, which is still pretty high. By the way, the average return on the S&P 500 is around like 7 to 12%. So getting 9% on your money from this company is super, super high. Just to clarify how high this interest rate actually is. Now, number 2 is this, right? The debentures you're actually getting are secure. So if anything does happen to the company, you have a chance of getting your money back because they do loans. And if those people stop paying their loans, then they can actually get those properties and then you can actually just sell it off and then you can get your money back. So that's a pretty good pro because, hey, your money won't be completely lost if something does happen with the company and then you have no access to it, okay? So there's a way for you to actually get your money back. Now, number 3 is this. They only have around 212 investors in the company. So in reality, guess what? They can actually give you one-on-one advice about everything that's going on and actually walk you through everything. Now, out of all the reviews I've read that they're very friendly. They always take care of you. And by the way, I've looked through countless reviews, okay, on a whole bunch of websites out there, and I even looked through the Better Business Bureau reviews, and guess what? They have all 5 stars. People are really happy with them. Now, that is because it's a very small niche of people, so in reality, they don't have a lot of volume, so they don't have to worry about anything like that, but they have very good control over the customers that they actually have on now, so that's a very good pro if you ask me. Now, number 4 is this. Whatever they do the loans on, whenever they lend out that money, they only lend out money on units of 1 to 4, no maximum. So for example, if you need a loan and you're trying to buy a single family home, they'll give it to you. If you need a loan, you're trying to buy like a 4-plex, they'll give it to you. If you need a loan and you're trying to get like a building with like 18 units, they probably won't give it to you. Why? Because it would be too much of a risk on their portfolio and it'll be harder to actually sell that. But whenever they're investing into single family homes and 4-plexes, well, guess what? There's a bigger market out there. So you can actually sell those properties faster if the person that actually took out the loans actually defaults on them. So it's a pretty good pro because the company is always going to get their money back in a very fast pace. By the way, again, the loans are usually only for around 12 months. So that's a very good turnaround time. Now you're probably asking me, Tommy, okay, I get the pros. Cool. What about the cons? What is bad about the company? And here it is. Number 1, they can actually pay you whenever they want to. So for example, if you want to take that money out before its maturity, they can actually choose not to pay you until the maturity because you waived that right when you signed the agreement. Now, they do this because, you know, they are doing loans, so they can't really call out the entire loan and have everyone call out their loans and then boom, they have no money, no cash flow, and then what are they going to do? Okay, so that's why they have that measure in there. So for example, if they have money to actually liquidate you, they'll probably do it. But if they don't have money to liquidate you, they probably don't because they care about the business self-interest first, okay? Just to clarify that. Now, number 2 is this. They are not regulated like banks, so it's not as strict. So whatever they're doing over there is kind of like more lenient. On top of that, all the responsibility is placed on the CEO, the president, to actually make sure they make all the right investments, just to clarify. So it's not really that regulated, so that might be a drawback for you, or it might mean that, hey, it's not that regulated, so I can actually do better things, so I actually gain more money, so that's pretty good for me. But for me, it's kind of like, hey, they're not regulated. They should be regulated, just to clarify. Now, number 3 is this. You're locked into that debenture until maturity reaches or until they actually choose to actually pay you. Tommy already said that. Well, no. Here's the thing. There's no way for you to actually trade that debenture and actually get your money back or sell it or resell it. There's no way to do that because it's not legal for you to actually do that without permission. Now, here's the thing. If I have an ETF with real estate, with REITs, you know, I can trade that stock or that ETF whenever I want to and get my money back, and it's more liquid. But with this, I can't really do that. And that might be a con for you, and it's definitely kind of a con for me, just a little bit, just to clarify. But from a business standpoint, I do understand why they actually can't allow that. One, it's not legal, and two, it wouldn't make sense for them to just let you trade everything in and out when they're trying to do loans for the long term, well, the short term, but still for the betterment of the company. Now, number 4 is this: you have no control over where that money goes. If you have money and you want to invest into a certain stock, you can do that, or you can invest into an index fund that does whatever you want it to do. But in reality, you have no control over what they actually invest this money into, who they lend the money to, or any of that. So that might be a con for you, just to clarify. So you really have no control. You're just getting back a very high interest rate, but overall, you really have no control over where that money actually goes into. Now, number 5 is this: it's not FDIC insured. That's a con, okay? But it is actually backed up by assets. For example, again, this company basically takes money and does loans on them. But here's the catch: they only do loans on properties up to 70% of the LTV value. Meaning that if the valuation of that property is $100,000, they'll only lend it around $70,000. So if that person defaults on that property or on the loan or whatever it is, well, guess what? They only pay $70,000. Now they get the property, they can actually sell it off for $100,000 because that's what it's worth, okay? So it's a very good method to actually ensure that they're always going to get their money back at a higher rate just in case somebody chooses to default or anything does actually happen. Now, number 6 or 7, I'm kind of lost here, is actually that they can actually penalize you for withdrawing your money way too early before maturity. Tommy, what do you mean? Well, basically, if you take your money out and you want to take your money out and they say like, okay, we'll give you the money, here it is, okay? Well, if you locked in your money for 3 years, right? And you were supposed to get 9%. Well, if you take your money out, say like in 14 months, they'll only pay around like 7.15% interest on that. They won't actually give you the 9% because guess what? Because you took it out before that time period. So that's why they actually do that. It might be a con for you, but again, I do understand why they would do that from a business standpoint. So comment down below and let me know. What do you think about the pros? What do you think about the cons? Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? What is actually worrying you about this entire thing? And what actually has you hyped up about it? Now, I do want to clarify a few things. Tommy, how does the company make money? What should I do? And should I diversify my money? Should I just put all my money in this one basket? Now, number 1 is this: how does the company make money? Now, interesting enough, after reading all the disclaimers, the entire file, I actually found out that the interest rate for the loans I actually do is around 9 to 15%. So they're always going to be getting around 9 to 15% for lending that money out for 12 months, meaning they're always going to get a bigger profit than what they actually pay you. So for example, if my name is Tommy, which it is, and I want a loan to build this house here or whatever it is, and I say like, hey, can you lend me $100,000 to actually do this? They say, okay, we're going to lend it out for 15%. Okay, 15%, that's fair, cool. I build the entire property. Well, I'm paying them 15%, but they're only paying you like between 5 to 9%, which is still a very good rate. But in reality, they're still making around 6% plus a whole bunch of other fees in there. So they actually pocket a whole bunch of money compared to what you actually make. Now you're probably wondering, Tommy, what are some of the income revenues of the company? And here they are. Now, the number 1 way the company actually makes money is through loans again, right? Now, the loan interest is between like 9% to 15%. Now, here's the thing. If that person defaults on that loan and they only lend around 70% of the value, well, whenever they sell that, they actually make 30% of their money, which is insane if you ask me. And even though if the market keeps rising and rising, well, they can actually make even more than 30% of their money on that sale. Well, before taxes and stuff like that. Now, they actually make money by origination fee. So whenever you actually get a loan from this company, they charge you around like 1 to 3% of the loan amount just as an origination fee. Now, I would never personally get a loan that would offer this, but I know a lot of people out there that build houses wouldn't really care because at the end of the day, they're going to build this property and they're going to make a ton more money. So whatever money they get to build this property and make money, they don't care about the origination fee. Now, the third way they actually make money is through loan fees and also loan extensions, because these loans are basically between like 12 months max. Like 12 months, give me all my money back, okay? But here's the thing. They actually give you an extension up to 3 months, and then you have to pay for that. If you have any late fees, you have to pay for that also. And there are a whole bunch of other fees associated with the entire loan. So that's how they make the bulk of their money. And honestly, I think they're going to keep making a lot more money by doing this business the way they're actually doing it. Well, until somebody comes in, offers a lower rate, thus they have to offer you guys a lower rate on the interest. Oh, and by the way, they also have a prepayment fee, which I'm not a big fan of. By the way, guys, I judge a company based on how they do business with customers. So in reality, I'm not a big fan of how they're actually doing business with those loans because there's way too many fees associated with it. And if they actually did less fees and all that stuff, they could probably get a bunch more customers without having to offer all this like origination fees, prepayment fees, penalty fees, like all this stuff is not necessary, okay? I don't agree with it, so not a big fan there, just to clarify. Now you're probably asking me, Tommy, what should I do? Should I put my money in here or no? What do you recommend? And the answer is this. I recommend, if you're an accredited investor, by the way, if you make like over $200,000, you have to have an accountant or a CPA around you, 1,000% guarantee, right? Well, here's my thing. Sit down with your CPA, go over all the details, do all the research in the world about this company before you put 1 penny of your money inside here. By the way, the minimum is $5,000, just to clarify that. So please make sure you clarify everything with your accountant, your CPA, before you even think about putting money in this company. That's my ultimate recommendation here. Now, number 3 is this. Tommy, where should I diversify my money? Should I put all my money in this one place because I'm going to get like 9% on it? The answer is no. Obviously, no. I recommend you put money in your investments, in your RRA, your Roth IRA, whatever you have, retirement accounts, and on top of that, your savings accounts for liquidity, and you can also start investing in this company after you talk with your CPA and after you make sure everything is 100% legit. And then you can invest like maybe $5,000 or $25,000 depending on your situation. And then that way you can start earning a lot of money. You can actually see how the company actually works. But until then, again, I don't even think the company would disagree, okay? I recommend you sit down with your CPA, you talk about the entire thing before you invest $1. I keep repeating this because I want to clarify you actually understand this. Now, comment down below and let me know. Do you like the way they make money? Do you not like it? Do you like the company? Do you not like the company? And my final thoughts are this, guys. If you made it this far, comment down below. Let me know if you made it this far. And here's my thing. The company sounds great for the customer, which is basically you. But from a loan standpoint, which is the product, they don't sound that great at all because they're offering a subpar loan to someone and charging them origination fee here, all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure they're making a ton of money now. But eventually, how the market is actually proceeding now, transparency with company and being fair with people is actually like more and more popular. So eventually, for example, if SoFi comes in here or another company comes in here and starts offering these loans and at a better rate and no origination fees and all this stuff, well, what's going to happen to you guys? You know, it's not going to be pretty. So that's my entire thing, guys. And again, make sure if you're an accredited investor, talk to your CPA before putting your money here. And tell me, do you recommend the company? Do you not recommend it? The answer is this. I recommend, well, I don't recommend the company, but I don't really recommend the company at all, or I do recommend the company, okay? It's very confusing, but my answer is this. Sit down with your CPA. From a business standpoint, I wouldn't really invest my money here because I don't like how they do business with the customer. But from a customer standpoint, I would invest like maybe like $5,000 in here, but only after I've spoken with my CPA. I don't know how many times I can say this. Like, I don't want any stories of people telling me, hey, Tommy, I put my money in here and then something happened. No, listen. Make sure you talk to your CPA before you put any money inside of here. Now, guys, as always, thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you're excited about getting 9%, potentially, if you make over $20,000, make sure to like the video because I really appreciate that. It helps the channel out a ton. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, which is literally every single day. And guess what? You can DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. I answer all my DMs, 1,000% guarantee. Like, I'm serious. I can answer all my DMs, like 1,000% guarantee. And if you want to talk to all of us in the community here, just join us on Discord. Only 100 spots are open. Once those 100 spots are filled, we won't be opening it again until 2020. So get in while you still can. And I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Thanks for watching and peace.
You've got to start at the bottom if you're ever gonna reach the top. You've got to watch your